edge. Has he got it? Yes, he has. There it is. There's the celebrations. Have a look at this. They're going berserk in the middle. 800 it is for Muttiah Muralitharan.
Because over is a very memorable one, because that's the one I took 16 wickets, and first time we won against England, and then only after that we got 3 test matches. So that is and also I have played so many matches and I got loads of wickets, so it's a memorable place. I've been legitimate spin bowler since done all the tests and everything. So it is some people, you can't satisfy everyone. So some people always have a little bit of reserve on that. So some people don't, because majority, I believe, they accepted me what I am, and I have done all the tests and everything, and I proved myself nothing wrong. So I can't prove for everyone. In life, you can't satisfy everyone. You don't have to prove anything anymore. So it has happened. The records will remain. The memories will remain. So what about? Because nothing to prove anymore. You see, every wicket is priceless for me, because I didn't take to break records. I took those wickets to win for Sri Lanka. That's the most important thing, is winning. How many wickets you take doesn't matter, as long as you win a championship or win for Sri Lanka as a team. That's the most important. It's a team game. So the records and every individual runs or wickets will come along, and it will build up. But the main object is to win.
Yeah, I'm very happy that he holds the world record, and also getting this accolade of being named as once in the Hall of Fame for cricketers at Lord's by ICC. So first Sri Lankans do it, and it's a great honour to the country and also honour for cricket.
So I can't find. Well, this has appeared from nowhere. This guy's bowled a lot of overs in Australia, and all of a sudden, from nowhere, he's now being called for bowling no balls.
Well, I hope he's not calling him for throwing. He seems to be looking straight down and he calls him very late, so I'm sure he's calling him for throwing. I hope it's not, but I've got a terrible gut feeling.
I tell you, Bill, having looked at that, there is absolutely no doubt that he's called him for throwing.
My biggest concern was that he might not be able to play in the World Cup. So, that first match was very vital, where we played Zimbabwe, and if he was not called in that match, I knew then other umpires dare not call him. And I can remember it was a South African umpire. Quietly, I asked him, are you going to call Murali before the match? In fact, on the way on the plane coming here. Then he said, no, I have never, I don't honestly believe, I can see he is not chucking, so I'm not going to call him. Then I knew we were okay.
Oh, it's bowled in. Fantastic delivery by Murali.
Well, I'm happy. Another Sri Lankan being recognized globally. And we are a cricketing nation. We play good cricket, we play respectable cricket, and we have been all over the world being recognized as a truly cricketing nation. Murali contributed tremendously for us to get to that position. We are proud of him and we are proud of his achievement. He had a permanent deformity in his arm, if I may call it deformity, and the permanent bent arm. So there was a lot of suspect about his ability to turn. So he's gifted with that opportunity because he could restrict his arm to a maximum level and turn, get his wrist movement. So early days, he was called by umpire Dal Hare in Australia, and then umpire Emerson. Then there were times at ICC tournaments, there were some umpires to stand. Then you've taken some legal position, you fought for him. We retained some top lawyers. Then when he started his Dusra halfway through, then there was another suspension for him for straightening his arm. So we had to do a lot of research and defend him again by looking at a lot of footage all over the world, past records, and managed to convince ICC with 15-degree tolerance level. We are happy that we stood by him. We believed in Murali as a genuine bowler, and ultimately he ended up getting 800 wickets.
I'm very proud and I feel honoured to be there as well. I was lucky as well to be in the ground when he was presented, and the whole Sri Lankan team came down. The current team came down, led by Angelo and Lasith, and it is honour to see the first Sri Lankan. He deserves it. I mean, I cannot see anybody even getting close to 800. When his first class game, I actually captained there in Kandy against Australia in the board 11 game. So from that to his test debut at Premadasa and right through his initial stages, and then to see what he has achieved and to be there, I think it's a day that I will not forget.
Atmosphere in the ground, plenty of Sri Lankans, and no ball called from square leg. No ball called from square leg. Now, what's all this about? Let's just hang on and have a look at this. This is very interesting. No ball called. And he's passed, he's signalled towards his arm. Now, let's think about this now. What is going to happen here? So it's all happened again. He's done it again. Now, what he wants to, I think he might take him off here, because I think the law or the playing condition says that if he bowls two, if he calls him twice, he then has to take him out of the attack.
I remember when we were in Australia, where he was called by umpire Emerson, and in that midst we had a lot of discussion. The current president of the board, Mr. Tilaka Supipala, was the one who really got involved in some of those negotiations. And I remember that night when we were in my room discussing this, there was Murali, who was probably the subject of all the controversy, away having fun with the test of the team and not bothered as to what happened, and that really shows the character of the man. See, Murali's induction into the Hall of Fame, I think, is something which every Sri Lankan is extremely proud of. We were very fortunate that we were there on the venue when the induction took place,